Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Back with another one, like I say, and it's another one that I picked up on Saturday from Waitrose in Chester. And again, it's another brewery that I don't tend to pick beers up from. For what I think generally because the cans never stand out to me, so that never makes me want to pick them up, although the cans are nice. And the brewery we're looking at are out of Bristol. And this is one from Wiper and True, and it's their Sundance IPA coming in at 5.6%. Now the cans are nice, they're sort of nice enough, but they're not really eye-catching. And I think I always look at them and I just, although they're pleasant, I kind of think they're a bit dull. And then I just think in my head, the beer's going to be dull, so I never bother. So yeah, we're taking a look at this one. Hopefully it's going to be decent. 5.6%, 440ml. I think it was it was part of the 5 for 4, but I think it was about £3.50, £3.75. Don't have a Wiper and True glass, so it's going in the old white hag glass. Bit of a go-to IPA glass for me. Now it's been in the fridge. Something like 4 or 5 degrees, so a nice sort of temp. You could say it's too cold for an IPA, but who gives a shit. Let's get her in the glass and see what we get. So like I say, not had much experience with Wiper and True, don't tend to go for their beers, but they are a good brewery. And Bristol is a bit of a hot spot for craft breweries and good breweries. So I should really try more, but you're going to have to do something with that can, I think, because the can design just doesn't make me go for it. So beer in a glass, there we go. It's a hazy little number. There is a little bit of chill haze, but that is a hazy looking beer. You could call it hazy orange, hazy amber, whatever you like, with a finger of nicely compacted white head on top. Not seeing any carbonation going up, but I'm sure there's going to be a bit in there. But it looks decent. It looks decent. So hopefully I'm not going to have any trouble with the older sniffing or the tasting. I've got a little bit of the lurgy. So let's dive in with the nose, see what we get. Yeah, hoppy. Not massive, punchy aroma on it. Orange, citrus. A little bit of pineapple. Mango, tropical. Yeah, typical sort of IPA really. The aromas are there, whether they're muted because of me, I'm not sure, but it does smell good. So, let's get the rest out of the can, get it into a glass, and give her a taste. Wiper and True, Sundance IPA, 5.6%. Looks very decent. Let's dive in, give it a taste, because I am dry as a board. Cheers. Quite a bit of flavour in there. Let's go in again. That's a nice body for 5.6%. I think that's got a nice little bit of weight to it. I think the head on the beer is in improving it, or certainly sort of giving it a feel of a heavier sort of body. Bloody hell, burp going off inside me then. Decent body, is quite sprightly. A little bit rough in the mouth as you drink it with that carbonation. Yeah, it's quite busy on the old palate. Certainly sort of pushes the flavours around the mouth. On the taste, big orange citrus notes, mango, tropical sort of notes going on. Yeah, orange, mango, citrus. A bit pithy. Definitely starts out. It's bitter, not right from the very start, but the bitterness is there early, and it lingers. Still lingering now. For me, it's tailing off to sort of like a grapefruit bitterness. Very much sort of tropical citrus notes, a bit pithy. Grapefruit on the back end, I'm going to say a grapefruit sort of tasting bitterness. It is quite hoppy. I think there is a touch of a malty sweetness in there. Now I know my mate Rob over at Bramall, Mr. B's Homebrews and Beer Reviews, has mentioned about some of the IPAs that he's had lately. You're noticing the malt in it, and it seems to be quite a sweet sort of maltiness for his palate. And he's been saying that much prefers sort of like a hoppier IPA, and I get that. Pardon me. This is that sort of hoppier IPA. There was a little tickle of that malty sweetness in there, but it's definitely a more sort of hop forward sort of IPA. I find the sort of orange citrus note on the front a little bit overpowering for my palate, but that's my own personal taste. If you like that sort of orange citrus sort of flavour in your IPA, you'll love this, because there's plenty of flavour, there's plenty of hoppiness, there's plenty of bitterness in there. Yeah, I actually think that's quite a decent drop, even though that sort of orange thing in this sort of takes over and it's not my sort of thing. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I think that's a pretty solid beer, to be honest. Like I say, it could have been $3.75, part of a 5 for 4. If it was $3.50, I mean, you could argue, is $3.75 a bit too much for it? I would say that would be just over the top for me. I think £3.50 for a beer of this quality, and the beer is quality, I think it's a fair price. I think you're getting a decent drop for it. 5.6%. I think that's there with the flavours and the bitterness. It certainly makes it feel a little bit more ballsier. But yeah, decent drop. And really, they do good beers, and I really should be dipping into their stuff a bit more than I do, or a lot more than I do really, because they are a decent brewery. Wiper and True, Sundance IPA, 5.6% from Waitrose. That was decent drop. Not all the flavours are to my personal taste, but I can tell that is a decent beer. That's a well brewed beer, and well worth picking up. Would I drink it again? If in all honesty, if there was nothing else that I really fancied, I would drink that again. I would drink that again. I won't rush out to go and buy it personally myself, but I would happily drink that again if needed. So yeah, give it a go if you see it. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your evening, and I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.